Yes, guys, yes, people, welcome back to Eli Talks Football and welcome to another video. I hope you guys are doing well today. Now, this is just going to be a quick one because, yes, today is Friday, but I've got to prepare myself for my brother's birthday, which will be coming up in about 2 days' time. So that's why I'm going to make this video very quickly. But before I get things started, I'd just like to say, if you guys haven't watched the live watch along for the Nigeria versus Algila quarter final, then go back and rewatch it because there's been a bit highs, bit of frustration, a bit of you know, um, you know. But I've got to tell you guys, is that Nigeria are through to the semi-finals of the AFCON, and they are and one of the huge favors, the big tournament, one of the best teams. Well, not best, but top 10 in Africa is in the semi-final. And if Ivory Coast go out, Nigeria will become the big favors to win it. So all I've got to say is that Imela Jesu. That means thank you, Jesus. We serve a big God. I have a very big God who is always by my side, and Nigeria will always be by my side. Because yes, I was born in Well, listen, England will always be by my side because I was born in England, but my parents were born in Nigeria. So there you go. So, but overall, we're through to the semi-finals, and we're going to be facing either Cap Verde or South Africa. So let's see who'll be facing Nigeria. So I'm very, very happy indeed. So that game is done. It's time for me to quickly do the predictions for game week number 23. But before we get things started, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you so much to all of you that did subscribe for the live stream earlier today. So thank you so much. So as you watch this video, make sure you tag somebody and share this video with everybody so that they can give their predictions as well in the comments down below. And don't forget to hit the bell notification so that you'll never miss whenever I upload videos or whenever I go live on my YouTube channel. So yeah, if you guys could do those for me, then that would be great. And I'm 4 subscribers away from getting 300. If you guys could do that either tomorrow or before the Chelsea game, then that would be absolutely great. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. So without wasting time, let's start. So the first game is Everton versus Tottenham. They'll be kicking off at the lunchtime at Merseyside. You know, so yeah, when these two face each other, I believed it was before Christmas Eve. Tottenham had just managed to beat Everton 2-1, I believe. So yeah, but this time they'll be facing each other at Goodison Park. Now, Everton, of the last couple of games, haven't been that great. They really haven't been that great. I mean, let me give you the couple results because I feel like the last win was against Burnley, something like that. Let me just have a look. 1 second. Oh, I need to charge my phone as well. Actually, let me look at it online. Let me look at it online. Yeah, let me check on yeah, let me take a look at Everton. Yeah, Everton, look at the last couple of games. They've drawn against Fulham, they've lost against Luton Town, they've no actually, sorry, they drawn against Fulham and the same thing for Aston Villa. They've lost against Wolves, they lost against Manchester City, they lost against Tottenham, and yeah, so Everton's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. They've drawn twice and they lost four. They have lost. Wait, is it? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, let me count down again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, the last 5 games, Everton have lost twice. Sorry, 3 times. I've drawn twice. So their last win was against Burnley, away from home, which was on the 16th of December. So that's like a month ago. So yeah, looking at the table, Everton are in 18th because since they didn't beat Fulham and Luton Town beat Brighton 4-0, they're in a relegation zone. So, and if it wasn't for the 10-point deduction, Everton would not be in that position anyway. So, listen, it's a must win for Everton, because the only way they get out of the relegation zone is that if they beat Tottenham and make sure that Luton Town lose their game, that's the only time they'll be out of the relegation zone. So, listen, Everton need to pick up some points, they really do. Whereas with Tottenham, if they win, they'll be on the same points as Arsenal, but because the goal difference, they'll remain in fourth, and they'll be 5 points behind Liverpool. So the and plus, if Aston Villa don't win their next game, which I'm going to predict next, then Tottenham will be in the top four. So listen, it's a must win for both teams, but more especially for Everton because they win a relegation zone. So this is where I think Everton, for me, um, needs to like get some points in here. So sorry if you had to see that one, but yeah. Um, but anyway, for this game, it's so difficult because Everton have got bare draws for the last 2 games. So and plus in those games, I would have thought that Fulham would get that win, and so does Luton Town. But do I see this being another draw? I don't think so because Tottenham are just looking good under Ange Postecoglou. So yeah, for this game, I mean it's tough going to Goodison Park, but I believe Tom will get that win. So I'm going to go 2-0 Tottenham. I'm going to go 2-0 Tottenham because James Madison is back, Timo Werner. And let me tell you something, yeah. Timo Werner has weighted more assists this season than Trent Alexander-Arnold and all of the players that got the assists so far in the last 3 games. Like, Timo Werner is moving mad. He is doing well, but when it comes to trophies, I don't know why he went to Tottenham, but he's doing well for Tottenham in the league. So fair play to him. So yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0 Tottenham. The goal scorers, I'm gonna go with Charlison. Let's see if he can score against his old club. And if he does, I don't think he'll celebrate. And James Madison as well. So those are gonna be the 2 goal scorers. So yeah, I'm gonna go for Tottenham 2, Everton nil for that game tomorrow at lunchtime. So there we go. All right, so the next one is Brighton against Crystal Palace, and it's called the M23 Derby because that's the only way you can travel from southwest London into the south coast. It's via the M23, so that's why it's called the M23 Derby. Now, listen, when these two face each other, it's always ending a draw, whether it's at Selhurst Park or the Amex. So the last 3 games have been bare draws. And let's not forget, I predicted a 1-1 draw between Brighton and Crystal Palace, and I got it right. Crystal Palace lost managed to beat Sheffield United at home and 3-2. Whereas for Brighton, they've lost 4-0 against Luton Town. 4-0 against a relegated team, against a relegated team, Brighton. Oh, Sophie, okay, I'll go to her in just a minute. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's a must-win game for a Brighton because wait a minute, guys. Well, I'm just want to charge my phone. One sec, because I don't want my phone to go down a bit. One sec. While it's doing that, yeah, because looking at the table, yeah, Brighton, I mean, don't get me wrong, they still have a chance of making it to Europe, but right now they're in ninth place. Whereas for Crystal Palace, they are in 14th, and they're only 6 points above the relegation. So it's a must win for Crystal Palace because Brighton, they'll definitely stay up. They'll definitely stay up. But for Crystal Palace, they need to win. They need to win. So there we go. So listen, since this game always has been a draw. Um, 1 second, guys. Let me just text my friend. Yeah, right, there we go. So yeah, since this game always been a draw, I'm gonna go for 1-1 draw again because honestly, I don't know who's gonna win this game. Like I said, it's a must win for Crystal Palace, but listen, these two always face each other and always end in a draw. So I'm gonna go for the same one as last time. So I'm gonna go for 1-1 draw. The goal scorers for Brighton, I'm gonna go for Pedro Neto. For Palace, I'm gonna go for Eze. That's it. So those are going to be the goal scorers, and that's how it's going to be because these two always face each other, and it's always been a draw. But can one of these teams beat each other for the first time since God knows how long? We shall wait to see. But yeah, the M23 derby, I'm going to go for 1-1 draw. Simple as that. Simple as that. Right. The next one is Burnley versus Fulham. Now, this one is difficult. Now, Burnley have managed to beat Man City yeah, I think it was 3-1 to Man City. Let me have a look. Yeah, Burnley have managed to score against Manchester City for the very first time since I since God knows when. But yeah, but they've lost 3-1 against Manchester City. Whereas for Fulham, they drew 0-0 against Everton. So yeah, but this game is at Turf Moor. And listen, like I said, for Everton, it's a must-win game for Burnley because if they don't pick themselves up, they're this close to being relegated. This close. They're only like 7 points behind Luton Town. So Burnley need to get some wins and making sure that Everton and Luton Town drop off because that's the only way Burnley are gonna get out of the relegation zone. Because if Sheffield United win that game and Burnley don't, Sheffield United will be above them for the very first time. So it's a must-win game for Burnley. For Fulham, it's also a must-win because they're only 7 points above the relegation. So listen, I don't know who is going to win that game, but it's a must-win game for both teams, but more especially for Burnley. So this game is at Turf Moor, you know. So, and I believe when these two faced each other it was 5-0 Fulham, but this game is at Turf Moor. So, boy, oh boy, I don't know what to expect, you know. I really don't know what to expect, but this game is at home. So, I'm going to go for a Burnley win. I'm going to go for a Burnley win. I'm going to go for. Should I go for 1-0? Because Burnley barely score goals, you know. I might go for 1-0 Burnley because I see this being a dead game, but I see Burnley getting the 3 points. So, yeah, I'm going to go for 1-0 Burnley because this game is at Turf Moor and it's a difficult place to go to, especially when the fans are singing and all that stuff. But yeah, but listen, it's going to be a dead one. I think Burnley will just score one goal, defend all their lives, and just get the 3 points. So there we go. I feel like they'll poke the bus. So yeah, I'm going to go for 1-0 Burnley. The goal score, I'm not quite sure, but I think they'll get that win. So yeah, I'm going to go for 1-0 to Burnley for that one. Right. This game is an interesting game. And this is the game that I'll be watching during the 3 p.m. kickoff as well. Newcastle versus Luton Town. Now, of course, Luton Town absolutely put Brighton in a spliff by beating them 4-0. And Newcastle, like I said before, are the first team to ever go to Villa Park and beat Aston Villa and end their unbeaten one because Arsenal did it in February and it took 346 days for Aston Villa's whole record to be ending and being broken. So yeah, Newcastle beat them 3-1. Now, this one is so difficult because both teams are doing well, you know. Oh boy. But this game is at St. James Park, and Newcastle's last home game, they've lost 3-1 against Nottingham Forest, and they were below. So, you know what, yeah? Since, listen, even though this game is at James Park, I can see it a shock, you know. I really can see this a shock, you know. So I'm going to go for Luton Town to win this one, and I'm going to go for 2-1. Because don't get me wrong, Newcastle is going to be a difficult place to go to, but I think Luton Town will have a plan and get to that revenge because when these two face each other, Newcastle beat them 3-0, you know, beat them 3-0. So this game, it's so difficult to predict, but I can see this being a shock and revenge for Luton Town. I'm going to go for 2-1. For Newcastle goal scorer, I'm going to go for Alexander Isak. For Luton Town, I'm going to go for Ross Barkley and Elijah Adebayor to score because he scored a hat trick and he scored 8 goals in the Premier League. So he's doing well for Luton Town. And like I said, if they keep this up, I think Luton Town will stay up. And nobody would ever expect that. After, you know, we would have thought that since they're going to start worst of the season, they're going to get relegated. So, yeah, I can see this being a shock. You know, I'm going to go for Luton Town to win 2-1. Because, yes, it's at St. James Park, but Luton Town of the last couple of games have been playing much better football and they're getting some wins and they're out of the relegation zone. So, yeah, if they lose and Everton win, they're back in it. But if Luton win and Everton lose, they will be 4 points ahead of them. So there we go. So I see this being a shock, you know. Luton Town 2, Newcastle United 1. So there we go. So that's going to be my prediction for that game tomorrow. Then we move on into the 5:30 p.m. kickoff, and it's Sheffield United versus Aston Villa. Now, Aston Villa's away record isn't that great. And plus, their home record has come to an end because, like I said before, Newcastle beat them. For Sheffield United, go. What was their last game actually? 1 second. Was sorry matches. Was Newcastle's sorry. They've lost 3-2 against Crystal Palace, but that was away from home. But yeah, Sheffield United's home ground it's starting to look good because it's starting to pick up some home form. So their last home game was against West Ham, and they drew to them. So and West Ham were dominated them. So for this game, I see Aston Villa doing the same thing, but I see Sheffield United at least getting the points. But listen, like I said, it's a must win because if Sheffield United win and Everton and Burnley lose, and Luton Town also lose, then Sheffield United have a chance. But if they keep losing games, then for me they'll become the first team to get relegated this season. So it's a must win for Sheffield United, but this one is so difficult, because when West Ham faced them, they drew 1-1. I feel like I can see this being another draw. I can definitely see that because Aston Villa's away record isn't that great. It really isn't. So for this game tomorrow, and it's going to be live on Sky Sports as well, I'm going to go for 1-1 because that's what West Ham did. And when they dominated them, I think Aston Villa would do the same thing. But yeah, I'm gonna go for 1-1. Even though I'm thinking to myself, it might be 1-0 to Sheffield United, but yeah, I'm gonna go for 1-1. The goal scorer for Aston Villa, probably Ollie Watkins. For Sheffield United, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I'm gonna go for 1-1 draw because it's Sheffield United. They're starting to pick up some home form for Aston Villa. Their away record is terrible. So, plus Sheffield United in the bottom. Aston Villa need to win if they want to be in the title race and finish in the top four. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 1-1. I'm gonna go for 1-1, and that will do the rivals that grade. So yeah, there we go. See, I'm gonna go for 1-1. Sorry guys, just had to text the person again. Anyway, let's move on into Sunday's games. And the first one is Bournemouth versus Nottingham Forest. Now, this is going to be a good one to watch because Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest, well, Nottingham Forest have lost their game, but before that, in the Premier League, they're starting to pick up form. AFC Bournemouth, they're really starting to pick up some points after, losing positions. And look at the table here. Bournemouth are now in 12th place. And they know that um, if Wolves lose if Wolves lose and Bournemouth win, they'll be on the same points as them. And listen, I think Bournemouth will stay up for me because they're doing a fantastic job. For Nottingham Forest, though, they need to win. They need to win because they've lost against Arsenal, but look at that. They're only 2 points above the relegation. So Nottingham Forest need to win. But it's so difficult, because Bournemouth are doing well um, under their manager, and it's so tough, because my first word is that this game is going to be a draw. But if you want me to be honest, I see Bournemouth getting the win. I see Bournemouth getting the win, and Nottingham Forest are going to be in deep trouble. And plus, they need to win because if Luton Town and Everton win, then Nottingham Forest will be in the relegation zone for the very first time this season, which since God knows when. So, yeah, Nottingham Forest need to get that win, but it's at the Vitality Stadium, and yeah, it's a difficult place to go to. So my first one is going to be a draw, but I thought to myself, I'm going to go for 2-1 to Bournemouth. I'm going to go for 2-1 because I think they'll just get another 3 points because because they're through to the fifth one of the FA Cup. They're doing particularly well on their manager, and they joined against West Ham, which they've taken the lead, but they've drawn. So yeah, for this game on Sunday, I'm going to go for 2-1 Bournemouth. The goal scores, I'm going to go for Nottingham Forest. I'm going to go for Callum Hudson-Odoi. For Bournemouth, I'm going to go for Jeff Spilling and Dominic Solanke. So those are going to be the goal scorers for that game on Sunday. So yeah, 2-1 to Bournemouth. It's going to be a very tight one because, like I said, both teams are starting to pick up some form. But I think Bournemouth are going to get those 3 points because their last game was in the FA Cup and they put Swansea City in the split. I'm not saying they're going to put Nottingham Forest in the split, but I think they'll get the 3 points and beat them. So yeah, I'm going to go for 2-1 to Bournemouth for that one. Right, the next one is Chelsea versus Wolves. Now, I'm not going to talk about this too much because I am going to do a preview. But listen, my first thought is that it's going to be a draw. But our home record is looking good, so that's the only reason why I'm going to predict a Chelsea win. But I'm going to say 2-0, 3-0. I'm going to say 1-0. Because, like my friend Louis said, if you haven't watched his video, make sure you guys do that. He said that we're gonna get a penalty, Palmer scores it and all that stuff, and we'll take that. And yeah, I mean, listen, Pochettino, like I said in the live stream, If we don't win this game, if we get battered by Wolves, then it needs to go because we cannot let Wolves be above us and potentially be above us. If we lose the next game, if they win the other game as well, we just can't. Yeah, our aim this season is to improve not only the Premier League table when it comes to like in 2023, but improve on last season. It looks like we ain't doing it because last season we finished in 10th, and it looks like it's going to happen again or finish below that. And not only that, yeah, we could be in serious trouble because we need to at least raise the money for £100 million. Otherwise, we can face relegation, and that means we won't be in the Premier League next season. So this is where we just need to fix up, man. We need to fix up. So listen, my first word is that it's going to be a draw, but I'm going to say 1-0 Chelsea because listen, we're going to win, but it's not going to be pretty. We're just going to get just nick a goal, and that is it. And Pochettino's going to take a setup and just defend our lines and all that shit. So there we go. See, I'm gonna go for 1-0. Goal score, I'm gonna go for Palmer. If he puts him in natural position, if not, then I'm not sure he's gonna be scoring that game. But yeah, I'm gonna go for 1-0 Chelsea. That's all I'm gonna say on that one. So there we go. Look at I mean it's at Stamford Bridge, that's a good thing, but I'm not looking forward to this game at all. At all. So there we go. Right, the next one, and this game will be live on TV, and I think that's a good idea to do that. It is Manchester United versus West Ham United. That will be at Old Trafford. Now, Manchester United, I mean, that game against Wolves yesterday, Jesus, 4-3, you know. I mean, they were 2-0 up, then I believe Wolves scored, then Man United scored to make it 3-1, and then it was 3-3. And this game reminded me of the Galatasaray game, where Man United were 2-0 up, then Galatasaray scored. Then they scored another one. Then Galatasaray scored 2 goals. And then Galatasaray scored a late winner to make it 4-3. This game reminded me of that one. But Man United didn't lose. They actually won. And Minamino was the hero for them to make it 4-3. But despite that, yeah, if Manchester United didn't win that game, honestly, like, they'll be the biggest spoilers because how comes you go 3-1 up and they decide to like drop points, but they didn't. So Minamino was really good. So yeah, so Man United lucky to win because I think throughout this game they weren't particularly that great. For West Ham, they got a draw against Bournemouth. So yeah, there you go. Which I didn't expect that to happen. So yeah, this game is at Old Trafford though. Now, if you want me to be honest, I feel like Man United need to get this win because looking at the table, Man United are in seventh place and it is six against seventh. If Manchester United win, that means they'll go above West Ham on 38 points. Whereas if West Ham win, they'll be 4 points ahead of them and 4 points behind Aston Villa in the top five. So listen, it's six against seven. So that's why I'm glad this game is going to be on Sky Sports. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to watch that one because I've got the Chelsea and Wolves to do. But I will be looking at the highlights and all that stuff where we tell you guys what happened. But yeah, for this game on Sunday, sorry, it's so difficult, but I feel like Man United. I don't think both teams will keep a clean sheet. I feel like Man United will get that revenge because they've lost 2-0 when these two met earlier before Christmas Eve. So, yeah, I'm going to go for Man United to win 2-1. The goal scores, I'm going to go for West Hoyland and probably Bruno Fernandes. For West Ham United, I'm going to go for Jared Bowen because he loves scoring away goals. So, yeah, it's going to be 2-1 Man United. No, let's hope it's going to be the same game as the Wolves game, but I don't think it will. So it's going to be a boring one, but I think Man United will just nick it and just get the 3 points. So, and they need to do that. If West Ham win, I wouldn't be surprised because, like I said, they've already been West Ham this season. So there we go. But this game is at Old Trafford. I'm going to go for 2-1 to Manchester United. It's as simple as that. So yeah, 2-1 to them. Right. Then we move on into the big one, the Super Sunday, the game of the weekend, the biggest game, Arsenal versus Liverpool. When these two made each other at the Emirates, it was in the FA Cup about a month ago. Liverpool beat them 2-0. And that was because they were clinical. They took their chance of putting in the back of the net, and it should have been more. Should have been more. For Arsenal, they had more attempts than them, more possession, and I keep on saying it. You don't take your chances, the opposition will punish you. So Arsenal need to be very, very clinical. Now, if you're an Arsenal fan, the bad news is that, and I know I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I saw this earlier today. Thomas Partey is out potentially for weeks. Now, I'm going to say this to my good friend Charlene when she does the live preview on Sunday. So make sure you guys subscribe to her because I'm going to be there with her. I'm going to be asking her, will you sell Thomas Partey? Because I know she will say, I know she'll say no. But I'm going to ask her, do you sell Thomas Partey because his injury, because he keeps getting injured? That's what I'm going to be asking her. If you're an Arsenal fan, just let me know in the comments down below. Would you sell Thomas Partey? Because every time he returns, he gets injured. So this is the one thing I don't get. I really, really don't get about Thomas Partey. But yeah, he's out, so he's going to be potentially be out for weeks. So that's going to be a huge disappointment. But yeah, also against Liverpool. Now, of course, this is not the FA Cup. This is the Premier League. And listen, if Liverpool continue to win games and also drop off, then I think Arsenal will not be the. And I think Arsenal title race is not going to happen. But Arsenal is. I'm not saying a must win, but it's sort of like like um they need to win because they need to get. Not only do they need to win, but they need to get revenge. And Bias, if Arsenal beat Liverpool, they'll be 2 points behind them. And Man City, of course, will have a game in hand as well. Of course, Man City, all they want to pray for is that that game ends the draw. Because if they beat Brentford on Monday night, which I'm gonna do, I actually, if they beat Brentford away and they beat them at home, then yeah, Man City will be on top. They will be on top by goal difference. So listen, it's a must-win game for Arsenal. But listen, if they do what they did in the FA Cup, then I see Liverpool winning. But if Arsenal can just get Gabriel Jesus to score, because like I said to Charlene on Tuesday, whenever Gabriel Jesus scores, he doesn't lose. In the last 60 games, whenever Gabriel Jesus scores, he doesn't lose. 50 in those games when he scored, 55 wins, 5 draws in the last 60 games whenever he scored goals. So if I also want to win this game, I feel like Gabriel Jesus might need to score and get an assist. So Gabriel Jesus needs to turn up because he didn't do that in the FA Cup. He needs to do that on Sunday. And he needs to show the fans that Arsenal are serious and they have a chance of making it to the title race. So, like I said, if Arsenal don't win, they'll be 8 points behind, and that's not good enough. And if they keep dropping off, then I think the title race is over for them. And they also need to win because Tottenham and Aston Villa will be on the same points if they win and Arsenal don't. So, and if Arsenal lose another game and Tottenham Aston Villa win a game, then Arsenal will be out of the top four. So, listen, it's a must-win game for Arsenal. So, I don't know what to predict. Do I go for Liverpool win again like they did in the Emirates, or do? But it's just that Liverpool, with actually no. The reason why I'm going to go for Liverpool is because Mo Salah is still not in that squad, even though Egypt are out. And Conor Bradley was really good as right back. So the big question is, would Trent start as right back, or would he start Bradley as a right back and put Trent as a right midfielder? And would he put out the same front three as they did against Chelsea? Because Diego Jota lost when at the Emirates. He really does. So yeah, for this game, I see this being another Liverpool win. I see also dominating, but I see Jurgen Klopp just having a plan because that's what they did when they faced each other in the FA Cup. So I'm sorry to say this, also fans, I have to go for Liverpool win because listen, without Mo Salah, Liverpool can still manage without him. The last 11 games or maybe 12 games, it's been let me see, 9 wins and 3 draws. No losses ever since Mo Salah was on in that squad. So listen, could I see Liverpool keeping another clean sheet, or could I see Arsenal just beating them? That's going to be the big question. But yeah, Arsenal just need to turn up. They need to turn up. So yeah, I'm going to go for 2-0 Liverpool on this one, unfortunately. So, because every time I predict an Arsenal win, they always seem to lose. So, of course, the last time was close, but listen, they're up against Liverpool. So, can also be clinical and just get the win. We shall wait and see. If they don't, and they keep dropping points, then I think the title race is over. But if they win, then the title race is back on for them. So yeah, it's a must-win game for Arsenal. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go for a Liverpool win of 2-1. Sorry, 2-0, sorry. And then the final game is on Monday night. And I'm looking forward to this one. Brentford up against Manchester City. Now, when these two faced each other last season, Brentford did the double over them because before the World Cup, they beat them 2-1. And during the end of the season, Brentford beat them 1-0. So listen, Man City want to get revenge. They really want to get revenge. So yeah, so Man City against Brentford. Now, of course, Brentford lost 3-2 against Tottenham after they take the lead. Man City beat Brentford to 3-1. So yeah, this game is going to be tough for Manchester City because going to the GTEC Community Stadium ain't that easy. But listen, oh sorry, what's this one? Okay, but yeah, listen, Brentford need to get that win because they're only 4 points above the relegation, and if they're not careful, if Nottingham Forest and Luton Town win, they can go above them. They could potentially go above them. So it's a must-win game for Brentford, and for Man City, it's a must-win game for them because if they want to be in the tight ways, and plus they got a game in hand, so they need to beat Brentford away from home first, and then whenever the schedule is there, they need to beat them at the Etihad. So listen, it's tough to predict, but I think Man City will nick it because it's going to be a tight game. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be a tight game, but I feel like Man City. I feel like I'm going to go for 2-1 City because I know I did that, but list I know I did that for the one for the Tottenham game, but I did tell you guys it's going to be a close game, and I feel like this one is going to be close as well. But I think Man City, Erling Haaland is back. Kevin De Bruyne is always like doing what Kevin De Bruyne does, so I feel like Man City will dominate this game and have too much for Brentford. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 2-1. Oh yeah, the goal scores for the Liverpool game. Sorry, I'm gonna go for. Wait, did I say the Manchester United? Yeah, yeah, the Liverpool goal scorers. So I'm going to go for Diogo Jota and maybe Luis Diaz. That is it. Yeah, I'm going to go for Goldie Gakpo. Sorry, Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota for the goal scorers. For the Brentford one, I'm going to go for Ivan Toney. For Manchester City, I'm going to go for Kevin De Bruyne and maybe Juven Alvarez. Yeah, those going to be the goal scorers. Kevin De Bruyne and Juven Alvarez for Manchester City. So, yeah, I'm going to go for 2-1 to Manchester City, and that's going to be my prediction for that game on a Monday Night Football. Right, guys, so that is it. Let me go through them one more time. So, Saturday's games, lunchtime, 2-0 Tottenham is my prediction against Everton. Then I've gone for 1-1 draw between Brighton and Crystal Palace in the M23 derby. Then I've gone for a Burnley 1-0 win against Fulham in East Lancashire. They have gone for a shock. Luton Town 2-1 win against Newcastle United in the northeast, Newcastle at St James Park. They have gone for a 1-1 draw between Sheffield United and Aston Villa on the Saturday Night Football at Bramall Lane in Sheffield, South Yorkshire. Then on Sunday's games, I've gone for a 2-1 Bournemouth win against Nottingham Forest at the South Coast, Bournemouth Vitality Stadium. They have gone for 1-0 Chelsea win against Wolves. Well, even though I don't think it's going to happen against yep, Chelsea 1-0 win against Wolves at Stamford Bridge in West London. They have gone for a 2-1 Manchester United win against West Ham United at Old Trafford in Greater Manchester. Then in North London, I've gone for Liverpool 2-0 win against Arsenal at the Emirates. And last and not least, I've gone for a Man City 2-1 win against Brentford in West London on the Monday Night Football. So that is it, guys. That is my predictions for game week number 23. So yeah, like I said before, let me know in the comments down below what you what you make of my predictions and what's your predictions. Let me know in the comments down below. And if you guys want to get involved in the chat, make sure you guys are commenting and make sure you guys are tagging, sharing this video with everybody so that they can also give their predictions in the comments down below. If you got more points than me, then well done. If you got the same points as me, we're all in this together as always. But if you got less points than me, don't worry, you always do better on the next one. So there we go. So don't forget, guys, every Friday, if there's midweek games, then Monday or something like that. But every Friday, I'll be doing the predictions and all that stuff. And if Chelsea, and then before the Chelsea game, I'll be doing previews, live watch-alongs, and all that stuff. That's what my channel is all about. It's all about football. So there we go. So guys, if you enjoyed this content so far, let me know in the comments down below. And if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, if you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. I'm close to 300 subscribers. If you guys can get me those tomorrow or before the Chelsea game, that would be great. Make sure you click the bell notification as well, so that I never miss my live streams on my or and everywhere when sorry whenever I upload any videos. So if you guys can do those four things for me, then I'll be a very happy person. So thank you so much for those of you that subscribed for the live stream. So make sure you guys do that while this video is on. Right, guys. So enjoy the. So that is it for this video. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Hope you have a great Friday night sleep, and I'll catch you guys again very, very soon. So as always, look after yourselves. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. Big up your damn selves, and thank you so much for watching. In a bit, people. Peace.